think about the last time you had to learn a new framework. Maybe you were a QA engineer moving into automation, or a back-end dev learning cloud architecture. What did you do? You didn't just sit there. You took courses, you read the documentation, you spent nights debugging until you got it. You treated it as a hard skill. But then the promotion happens. You become a manager and suddenly the learning stops. Most people think that management is just more meetings and answering emails. They treat it as a side effect of their seniority. But I'm here to tell you that management is not a promotion, it's a career change. If you are running your team with the same operating system you used as an individual contributor, you are going to crash. You need a complete system upgrade and you need to be the one to install it. There are managers who were engineers and then became managers. But there are also managers that belong to other companies and suddenly move to your company. So these categories need to have training in a completely different way. So here is why most technical managers struggle. Binary logic. In tech, we love zeros and one. Code is deterministic. If A happens, then B follows. It's logical, it's clean, it's predictable. But the moment you start leading people, you enter a probabilistic world. Humans are analog, they are messy. You cannot fix a developer burnout by changing a line of code. You cannot resolve a conflict between two architects with a simple if-else statement. People have bad days, they have ego bugs, they have complex motivations. If you try to apply binary logic to human complexity, you will fail. You need to train yourself to understand human dynamics with the same precision you use to understand system architecture. If you don't invest in this human stack, you are creating culture debt. And just like technical debt, the interest will eventually kill your project. And this is what management is. I was recently reading a post by a very experienced manager on Reddit, and he hit the nail on the head. He talked about the danger of passive osmosis. This is the belief that if you just sit in enough stand-ups and hang out in the same Slack channels as the engineers, you will eventually absorb the context. Spoiler, you won't. Knowledge isn't absorbed, it's hunted. He used the term I love, intentional interfacing. You have to be proactive. If you don't understand the technical why behind the decision, don't just nod your head in the meeting. Schedule a deep dive. Ask the dumb questions. Map out the context yourself. If you are just passing messages from the stakeholders to the devs without actually understanding the content, you are not a leader, you are just a router. And nobody needs a human router. And this is what management is. This brings me back. It was a high stakes environment where context ownership was the gold standard. When I started, I realized that if I didn't understand the production line, the actual physical way our products were made, I couldn't lead the people in charge of it. Did the company have a manual for me? Not really. So I took extreme initiative. I didn't wait for a training invite. I picked up the phone. I visited the plants. I sat down with people who actually had been there for 20 years and asked them to explain the supply chain to me. This is the senior mindset. A senior professional identifies their own blind spots and fills them. If your company isn't training you to be a manager, that's not an excuse. It's an opportunity for you to build your own leadership stack. So stop being a passenger in your career. Grab the wheel, and this is what management is. The best managers I know weren't born with it. They were self-built. They realized that leadership is a hard skill, that humans aren't binary, and that you have to hunt for knowledge. So here is my challenge for you this week. Find one area in your team's technical or human process that you don't fully understand. Don't wait for the next meeting. Be intentional. Go interface with your team and close that gap. Leadership is the most complex API you will ever write. So stop whinging. If you want to build a better human stack with me, hit that subscribe button. I'm Yana and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for your time. Bye.